The idea for the Phasing Project was born in a partnership between two men in Muncie, Indiana. We are so pleased that these two men could join us here tonight. Please welcome J.R. Jamison and Kelsey Timmerman.
We are really honored to be here tonight. This is awesome to see what this has become. And everybody came back, or a lot of people came back from the range. It's really great to see. So I'm Kelsey, this is JR. We're the co-founders of the Phasing Project. And the mission of the Phasing Project is to connect people through stories to strengthen community. So I'm going to address the first part of that, connecting people through stories. So by passion and profession, I am a writer, I'm an author, I'm a journalist, and stories have changed my life and changed the way I live my life. A single mom in Bangladesh who made my underwear, I went to visit her and learned about her life, changed the way I looked at poverty, changed the way I look at community, changed the way I look at opportunity, changed the way that I looked at my underwear, you know? Runners in Kenya, Eton, Kenya, who I organized a half marathon with at 8,000 feet, world-class runners, taught me about community. These runners turn miles and minutes into acres and cows and educations. They run marathons all around the world, and then they come back and they help other runners. And it made me look at myself, where am I alone? What am I doing? What am I doing in Muncie, Indiana? Which is where our first project took place, Facing Poverty. And so I got paired up with a single mom in Muncie and learned things about life in Muncie I never knew. 25% of our community in Muncie lives in poverty. So these stories have changed me. And I hope today some of these stories that you will hear will change you and become part of your story. JR's going to talk a little bit about community.
And being part of the Muncie community, Kelsey actually started and organized the first project, Facing Poverty, and I was one of the writers. He pulled me in. He inspired me to get re-engaged in my community in such a way that I said to him, let's take this on and share it with other communities. Let's pay it forward and push it forward. So he and I developed a toolkit around that, and I happened to be up here at Fort Wayne in February of 2012 for a meeting on homelessness, where I ran into some folks from the mayor's office. Rebecca Carter is here tonight, and I cornered them, and I said, you're not getting away from me. No, I said, I'd like to talk to you about this project idea that we're starting, that we did in Muncie, and we'd like to share it with other communities. It's called the Facing Project, and so we began conversations from there. Rebecca introduced me to folks at the United Way, which led me to Heidi and Bethany, and they really ran with this project. And they've really shown what community means. When Kelsey and I pictured what the Facing Project looks like in a perfect world, it's a coming together of businesses, of education, of government, of writers, of activists, neighbors, telling a story in a community. What does our community mean? Fort Wayne has done so much with this project, from having artwork around the stories, having it on NPR, having it on the local news. That's major. But what they've done is inspire other communities. Kelsey and I are working with Atlanta, Georgia right now. They're facing sex trafficking. We're working with Rome, Georgia. They're facing hope through telling the stories of poverty. We're working with South Bend, Indiana. They're facing the future through telling the stories of their young. And working here in Fort Wayne. And then also we're doing it again in Muncie, and we're going to face autism. We're also carrying this on to other communities across the country, too soon to announce. But what has happened here in Fort Wayne is inspiring those other communities to include pieces to their projects. And they too will inspire others that are yet to come. This really is a movement of getting back to the grassroots, to the basics, of really getting to know our neighbors, learning our stories, sharing them with each other. But beyond that, it's what's next? Where do we go from here? Where you go from here is continuing the momentum. Partnerships were developed from this event, strengthened from this event. New people have come on board. And from that, you have the synergy to think creatively about where do we go from here. And that truly is what building community is about. We inspired you, you inspire us, and you continue to inspire other communities across the country. Thank you.